So this is actually week 2 of HIT137. And first of all, I welcome all of you again to the second week of our semester. Now, those who are new, those who has come over here for the first time in this class, I highly recommend you to go to our weekly announcement folder. I usually give weekly announcement on a regular basis. So every week I'm giving you a weekly announcement. So have a look into this weekly announcement and you'll have an idea that what we have covered so far. Okay. Guys, I can still hear some of your voice. Please, can you please, I'll give you time to talk, but let me allow to speak first so that I have the full attention of all of yours. And then after that, I will give you time to talk as well. Keeping in mind, programming is not actually an easy job to teach, so it's a little bit hard. So I just need a little bit of support and collaboration as well with me. Uh, the second thing I'd like to mention is that before you start the class, you have already seen that your first assessment is already up on LearnLine. So you can go and find that thing under the assessment folder. Make sure that you have formed your own group, okay? And there's one confusion people always say, which I'd like to clear right now itself at the beginning of the class. Again, I'll repeat that thing towards the end of the class as well. When you're going to form groups, it is actually the students who are enrolled in Darwin or Casuarina Compass, either internal or external, honors or masters, bachelor or masters, I don't have any problem. But you guys form group only with those people who has enrolled in CDU Casuarina campus. And we have another cohort, which is CDU Sydney. So Sydney students will have their own group and we have created a separate group from there. So if you see the group allocations from group 1 to group 121, group 1 to 120, these are all for Sydney Darwin students, and from 121 to 169, these are all for Sydney students. So don't get confused. So if you are actually enrolled in CDU Casuarina campus or the Darwin campus, so you'll create groups with your own friends and the classmates who are studying in Darwin campus. Another thing, if for any reason if you don't get your group member, so after today actually, I mean maybe on Friday itself, we'll start allocating some of the people who didn't get the group member. Now this is important that if you don't get your group member, may I request you to send an email to Bhavan Shen. You know already Bhavan Shen, right? He's one of our tutors. You can send an email to Bhavan Shen to let him know that I haven't got my group member yet, and then he can actually put you in one group as well. Okay, so this is important that you should form your groups as soon as possible so that you can start with your first assignment. Anyway, I'll talk about this assessment and everything in the tutorial section, but this is an important thing for us to discuss so that to avoid any sort of confusion. Okay. And the last thing I'd like to say that I think from next time onwards, I'll start from 10 past 5. So my expectation will be that guys, please be here before 10 past 5 so that I don't have these interruptions. Okay? Because this actually changes my motto as well. And so I really want you to be here before 10 past 5. That would be really great. And then we can start the class by 5:10. Is that clear to all of you? Are you clear what I have said? Good, very good. And I'd like to listen actually whether you've understood or not. Now, before I start the first class, my question to all of you is that, have you understood my first lecture, the lecture that I have taken last week? Was that clear to all of you? Guys, clear? How about online students? Were you clear about my first week lecture? So that's good. Thank you. So if someone of you has missed my class, you can go back to my recordings and find the recordings also. Although this is boring actually to listen to the recordings, but still recordings are there for you to visualize, to view as well, and you can get your concept clear. Okay. And the last thing is that sometimes I can see that you post a lot of messages in the discussion board in the message box. As I mentioned, that whenever you ask a question, first of all, ask your group members whether they know that thing or not. Then after that, you post that in the discussion board or in the message box. Or you can also send an email to all my tutors, CC to me, and then they will respond to your email as well. Okay. We'll try to respond to your email within 3 days, so that will be following always. So we'll keep that thing intact as well. Okay. So that no one should be in this class should not be answered. If for some reason, if you don't get the answer, then email it to me. Then I'll come back and I'll chase them to answer your queries. Okay. Very good. Subodh Gautam, my personal recommendation will be to go through the week one materials, and there's a recap already in this week as well. You'll find some of the materials which I'm repeating in this week, and that will help you to understand week one as well.